Hello everybody, this is an update. Haven't been a while since we updated you guys on what's happening, and I thought it's useful just to record a video rather than having long emails. And there are a few points that I just wanted to touch bases. And first of all is what's happening at the moment. At the moment, as we all know, we are sitting home and waiting for government to advise us on what's next and when we will be able to work again. And this Thursday, they should come up with a review of this lockdown, which was extended. I'm not sure whether they were gonna announce what they were gonna do this Thursday, or they are assuming maybe they were gonna make the announcement on Sunday. But in either case, this week we're gonna have some more information. After from that, we're gonna follow whatever they advise to do, and if there were gonna be an opportunity for us to think about how we can work and what we can do, then we will look into this. And again, next week I will gonna send an update. We have some agents and clients who are actually asking for work, so there are people who are looking for us to provide work. Also, there is some agents that I have discussed. They mentioned that everybody is kind of is being held back, which means everybody is kind of on a start line waiting for the gun to shoot, and then everybody will gonna run. I'm not sure whether that will going to be the case immediately, if the government will going to say, okay, probably it will not be the case that everybody will just going to jump in full on, but when this will going to happen, I think that slowly, we're going to get to a point when we return to the normal lives and work as well, which is encouraging. And then also we have some other work which is regards the Sainsbury's that we are scanning as well with 3D, and they are actually asking us as well, are we able to scan again as soon as the lockdown ends? So if that's the case, so we know that there is work to do for quite a lot of shops, to be honest. And we've been doing one shop a day, but they actually we need two people in some of the shops, so which means there are these opportunities as well if somebody is interested. Also about the inventories, probably people who have been sitting here and realize, oh, I need to move out, I want to go back, and now because all the airplanes and everything is not flying as before, they may decide to move. I don't think not necessarily move in London, but maybe move out of London, but then still you need to do the checkouts and the rest of the things, so there may be potential work for inventories as well. Also, as everybody knows, if you cannot pay mortgages, then you have to do something with the property, so which means you have to sell it. And there were going to be again potential properties that were going to be in this category where landlords are not able to actually pay the mortgages because the tenants don't have money, and they will decide to sell. And if they decide to sell, they need pictures and floor plans. So therefore, if I look at the industry as a whole, I would say there is work, and there will be work to do. How it will going to be played out and how fast they will adapt to the change, I don't know, and we're just going to see that from next week. We can see that other countries have already opened up a little bit. Probably this will going to be sooner or later as well for UK. I'm not sure whether next week or maybe they will extend a few more weeks, but I don't think it's more than a few weeks question. Also, we can see the B&Q now is open. Of course, you need to adjust to the rules they have is the 2 meters. Also, I heard that I was reading that a few of the McDonald's, they were going to open like a trial option. If they see that it's doing good, they were going to open more. Also, Burger King is slowly planning to open. So I'm just saying that more and more businesses are opening up. So this is the global trend. But what happens with the new cases in UK? What happens with the new case with the virus itself? We can see that each time before it was doubling. Now at least it's kind of on a flat line. So between 4,000 and 6,000 new cases, which is like, let's say, average 5, just estimating from the statistics that everybody can see. You don't have to be rocket scientist to see that it's not anymore increasing, that it's actually, a few days up, few days down, but actually it's a flat line. So, and if we look at the death rate, we can see that it's decreasing. So, of course, you cannot say, okay, it's great numbers, but you can say it is better than it was before. Speculations about the second wave and all the rest of the things, I do not believe in this, and I do not think this is the case. I do believe that the things are becoming better than they were before. Yeah. Also, what is to consider is what we do at the moment. We actually sit in the office, we do admin work. We don't visit properties, we basically just plan and organize the things that we never had the time before, such as terms and conditions, think about the price lists and so on, emails and structuring and so on. It is time consuming, but at least we have time to do so. And also I encourage everybody of you as well, think about the things that can be done. There may be some things that you have to learn, maybe you wanted to learn, I don't know. Chess was saying he's studying the theory for a motorbike. It's good way to use the time. I know Ryan is doing his studies. I'm more or less focused on what we do here and the admin work. Also, Jessie is here. She is doing the red pen, which is basically reviewing what we have scanned and comparing with the plans. So basically, if we scan a shop, then we have to compare that on a plan. It is the same as it is in the scan. So that's something else that we are looking into it. So like I say, we have to see what other options there are, and there is definitely an options. We just have to see what we can use and what we want to do. And further on, I wanted to say, when we were going to start to work again, we will start to work on the new self-employed terms of business that we sent to you before. And once we were gonna start to reopen, I was just gonna follow up everybody on what needs to be done, and if we required any information from you, then I was gonna ask for that. Also, I wanted to mention to those of you who still have the company phone, so the company phone you will need to return back to Space Photo and just use your own phone or their own SIM card. And the same if any of you have the company email, then you will have to then we're just gonna suspend it, because we have to pay for each of those email addresses and each of those phone numbers, of course. So if it's like a self-employed business, then you run as your own business, which means that you just use your own phone, so no necessary need two phones. And I found in myself that we have given two phones for some of the people, and it was actually a struggle for them, and they weren't really happy. They were like, well, I need to carry two phones, charge two phones, and busy pockets, then you lose something, then you break something, and so on. I thought it's a good thing. But some of you enjoyed. I know Irina enjoyed, because she get lots of data, and then she was uploading the images through this SIM card, so which was beneficial. So there is always some people who are happy. There are some people who are not happy, but what can you do? This is the life. But if you are self-employed, then you basically cover those expenses, which is to complete the job, and we again have to look how we can provide a job to you. And this is our main focus. We are actually focusing how again we can start and build up and actually provide work to each of you, which is the same in Latvia office, which is the same here in this office, and the same with freelancers. So these would be the changes, but I do see that there were going to be work to do, and I do believe that there were going to be quite a lot of work, especially at the beginning. Maybe at the beginning we're going to be a little bit of a rush, and then slowly it will going to calm down, but this will going to be the case. So also I would like to get some feedback from you guys. how are you doing, what are your plans, are you ready to work, and if you are ready to work, when are you ready to work. I'm not saying that we will open up straight away next week. Next week I was just gonna give you the update, but just I need to know if we are planning and organizing something, that there are certain amount of people that we can rely on who want to work. So then if clients are asking, we can then plan accordingly. Of course, I mean, if you have plans that you would like to stay an additional extra week at home after the lockdown has been eased off, or whatever is the case, feel free to just update me, write your comments, let me know what you think, what we should do, and what you want to do yourself. I mean, do you want to work, do you want to wait a little bit, and we're gonna see what options we have, and then we're gonna work with this. Yeah, this is basically all the points that I wanted to touch bases, and we just wait for the next week. I'll update you again, and hope to see you soon. Hope that this will gonna end up quickly, because I'm a little bit bored staying at home. On some weight as well a little bit. Need to go out and move more. So yeah, hair is growing. So yeah, everything is going the other direction where I was planning before. Yeah. So okay, thank you guys. Just see ya.